You think detachment means you don't care. It doesn't. And if you keep believing that, you'll either stay stuck in situations that drain you or turn yourself cold just to survive them. I'll explain what detachment really is in a minute. There's a version of you that keeps holding on to people who confuse you, holding on to situations that already showed you the truth, holding on to potential instead of reality. And the truth, actually, you're not holding on because you're weak. You're holding on because you're emotionally invested. But nobody taught you how to leave emotionally before you leave physically. So you stay. Mentally, emotionally, energetically. Even when everything in you knows it's time to go. Detachment is not ignoring your feelings, acting unbothered, pretending you don't care. That's suppression. And suppressed emotions don't disappear. They just wait. Detachment is something far more powerful. Detachment is feeling everything, but choosing not to let it control your decisions. It's emotional discipline. It's being able to say, yes, I care, but I care about myself more. And that's where most people struggle. Because you were taught that love means sacrifice, that loyalty means endurance, that staying proves your worth. But the truth, actually, overstaying is not loyalty. It's self-abandonment. You don't struggle to detach because you're dramatic. You struggle because, 1, you're attached to the version of them in your mind, not who they are, not how they treat you, but who they could be. You're in love with potential, and potential is dangerous because it gives you hope in places where there's no consistency. 2, you confuse emotional intensity with connection. Just because something feels deep doesn't mean it's right. Chaos can feel intense. Confusion can feel addictive. But real connection, it feels stable. And if it's always up and down, you're not connected. You're conditioned. 3, you're afraid of the void. Detachment creates space, and space is uncomfortable. Because now there's no distraction, no messages, no emotional highs, just you. And if you're not used to being alone with yourself, you'll run back to what hurts you just to feel something again. Detachment begins the moment you stop asking, why are they like this? And start asking, why am I still allowing this? That shift changes everything. Because now, you're not analyzing them. You're taking accountability for your access. The truth, actually, people don't control your emotions. Your attachment to them does. Step 1. See things as they are, not how you feel about them. Stop romanticizing behavior. If they're inconsistent, they're inconsistent. If they don't choose you, they don't choose you. No more rewriting reality to protect your feelings. Clarity hurts, but confusion drains. Step 2. Stop over-explaining your worth. You don't need to convince anyone to treat you properly. And if you feel like you do, you're already in the wrong place. Detachment begins when you realize the right people don't need persuasion. Step 3. Create emotional boundaries, not just physical ones. You can block someone and still think about them all day. That's not detachment. That's distance. Emotional boundaries look like not replaying conversations, not stalking their life, not fantasizing about what if. You don't feed what you're trying to release. Step 4. Accept that closure is self-created. You keep waiting for an explanation, an apology, a final conversation, something to make it make sense. But the truth, actually, closure is a decision, not a conversation. You decide, this no longer aligns with me, and you move accordingly. Step 5. Redirect your emotional energy. You don't just stop caring, you reinvest into yourself, your routines, your growth, your peace. Because energy doesn't disappear, it transfers. And if you don't redirect it, you'll fall back into the same attachment. Detachment looks like you stop reacting immediately. You observe more than you respond. You don't chase clarity from people who create confusion. You walk away without needing them to understand why. And most importantly, you stop trying to control outcomes. You let people be who they are, and then you decide if that works for you. Detaching will feel like loss, even when you're choosing yourself, because you're not just losing a person. You're losing the routine, the emotional habit, the version of the future you imagined. And that's why it hurts. But the truth, actually, you're not losing them. You're losing the illusion. Remember when I said detachment doesn't mean you don't care? The truth, actually, it means you finally care about yourself enough to stop choosing what hurts you. There's a version of you who doesn't beg for clarity, who doesn't chase consistency, who doesn't stay where they feel unsure. She doesn't detach because she's cold. She detaches because she's clear. And once you reach that level, you don't lose people. You outgrow them.